Oh, hey there. Jim Hughes here. Thanks for joining me again for EdTech Tips. You know, as an educator, you're essentially a communicator. And when you're developing curriculum, especially for online delivery, you're creating communications media. Now, with that in mind, today we're going to look at 4 of the most important graphic design principles that should always be used when creating communications media for education. Those include contrast, alignment, repetition, and proximity, politely referred to as CARP. We'll use this fish to help us remember. The proper use of these 4 design principles ensures that your educational media will capture and hold your learners' attention, keep your students focused and organized, and guide students effectively through your curriculum. First, let's take a look at contrast. Whether in print or on the web, how does a reader know what's most important to pay attention to on a page? What to attend to first and where to go next? Contrast is one of the most important tools we can use for generating interest and focus, balance and organization, and leading the viewer's eye on a page. Contrast creates a visual hierarchy, a flow that emphasizes where and how we want the viewer to focus attention. Contrast makes headlines and subheads stand out. Smaller or lighter elements recede, while larger or bolder elements come to the front. Contrast can be created in many different ways and combinations. By juxtaposing size, height, weight, or position, or darken light, focus or blur, texture, or shape, relative distance, solid or detail, color, or orientation. This principle applies in a most effective way with typography, especially when employing type families with a variety of weight, and using color as well as size to draw attention to or away from areas of text. Foreground text should always contrast well against the background, while web links and enduring information usually should be more visible. And finally, remember to always avoid visual clutter and distraction. Next, alignment. Alignment is one of the most important graphic design principles. Nothing should be placed on a page arbitrarily, and the visual relationship between elements should be emphasized. Imaginary horizontal and vertical grid lines organize the page with a look that's clean and easy to read, creating balance and symmetry, reinforcing relationships, and providing visual cues to guide the eye where it needs to go. Alignment of text should always maximize readability and comprehension of information. Together with contrast, alignment should help unify and create a strong, cohesive page. Repetition and consistency can be used on any single page, but definitely should be employed across multiple page documents or websites. Along with contrast and alignment, repetition reinforces balance, unity, and clarity. It creates interest and visual cues that attract and direct the reader's attention. Repetition of key graphic elements and a unified color scheme across a multi-page document or website establishes a consistent look and feel, making it easier to navigate and more memorable overall. You should consistently repeat structure, color palette, shapes, type, patterns, and backgrounds. Also, repetition should be applied to functionality as well as to visuals. Consistent navigation and other common functional elements helps users to learn an online curriculum or website so they're more comfortable with how it operates and feel that they're in control. And finally, proximity. Proximity is about grouping together information and graphic elements that are related and belong together. Proximity helps to organize information, emphasize relationships, and reduce clutter that might otherwise cause students to become confused. An important design principle of its own, white space and relative distance should be used to draw distinctions between things that belong together and things that don't. Common navigation elements should be grouped and arranged logically, while headlines and captions should be positioned close to what they refer to. Remember to use the CARP principles when designing communications media for education. The documents and websites you create for your curriculum will be much more effective, and your students will appreciate your effort. This is Jim Hughes. Thanks for watching.